Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Hopkinton High School. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Lacrosse. Tom Nappy on the call, John Ritz on camera, and we are just about ready to get underway here between 0-2 Hopkinton and 2-0 Medfield. The Hillers still looking for their first win of the season, hoping for some success here today, but they'll have a tall task against a very good Medfield team. 12 minutes is on the clock, and we are just about set to go for 4 quarters of boys varsity lacrosse. In the center for the Hillers is Josh Furman. I'm trying to get you who's in there for Medfield as well, as soon as he turns. For Medfield, that is Patrick Crowley. We are underway. Nope, correction, that was 28, Timothy Casey. Medfield with possession, working left to right across your screen as they swing it around to the near side. Murphy. Back of the net now over to Ney. Now along the far side, pass up to Lawson. Hedges trying to approach. Hedges spins around the defender and nets a goal for the Medfield Warriors. Some smooth moves by Sam Hedges, showing off the handles. And 37 seconds into action, Medfield has a goal. Well, not the way you want to start if you're the Hillers. Against this good shooting Medfield team, you are going to have to certainly defend the net well. And Crowley wins it once again. Make that Casey. Medfield with possession along the far side. That's Spaeth with the ball. Centers it up to Cloney. Now over to Sullivan. Back pass to Lawson. Back to Lawson goes Spaeth. Now Sullivan. Sullivan approaching, looking for a shot, and it's a little wide. Warriors maintain possession. Quickly approaching is Murphy. Out in front of the net, loose ball. Lawson picks it up along the far side. Lights starting to come on here at the turf fields. And we have an offsides. Hillers will have their first possession of the match. Here comes Murphy. Murphy gets it up to Sanda. And knocked out of bounds off of Medfield. Sanda with possession for the Hillers. That's up to Connor Murphy. Now in the center circle, that is Del Ponte. Loose ball. And Medfield has it. Here comes the Warriors quickly. Up the field goes Lawson. Back to Lawson. Lawson just itching for a shot attempt right now. Sullivan. Cloney. Cloney going to approach. Takes the shot. And fired it a little too hard there. Went off the ground and out of play. Medfield will maintain. Murphy taking it in. Fires it across. Lawson able to get there for the Warriors. Lawson approaching. And collision there between Lawson and Keefe. Cloney along the near side fires it up. Spaeth fires it back. Now to Sullivan. Sullivan gets it at the doorstep. Out in front, there's a shot and another Medfield goal, Robert Spaeth. Spaeth makes it 2-0 with 8:49 left in the first quarter. And you can credit an assist to Lawson. Here comes the Warriors once again. Tim Casey doing a good job in that center circle on those face-offs. Spaeth along the far side. Sullivan gets it over to Bethany. And along the near side, that is Verge. Back to Bethany, now Sullivan. Sullivan trying to approach, takes the shot, it's in! Off the foot of the goaltender, Colin Norrid, and it's 3-0 Medfield. Jack Sullivan with the Medfield goal. Comes at 8:13 left. Hillers having a hard time slowing down this Medfield team. Mishap there, Hiller's ball. Keefe on the far side to Arena. Gonna make that McDonald. Owen McDonald trying to approach. Back to Keefe. Now over to Murphy. Murphy approaching. Around the net they go. McDonald. Good box out there. Takes the shot, it's in! Owen McDonald with the first Hillers goal of the match. Comes at 7:33 left to go in the first. Back to the center circle go Josh Furman and Tim Casey. Casey picks it up. Faceoffs are going to be big in this matchup. The Hillers are going to have to find some success in the center circle. And he fires it back to Spaeth. Sullivan over to Bethany. Near side, that's Verge. And I think he was trying to take the shot there. Getting the net up, though, was Bethany. Loose ball, and now approaching. Loose ball, there's a shot, and an easy goal by Robert Spaeth. Luke Murphy on the assist. And the hockey assist will go to Christopher Bethany. That score comes with 6:52 left, making it 4-1. Medfield leading here in the first quarter. And another good win in the center circle there by Casey. Now it's still loose. Got away from Casey as he was tripped up after, but now it's picked up by Naziato, and then he loses it. Battle for it along the near side. The Hillers have it. Coming up with it was McDonald. Well-needed steal there. Loose ball as he looks for Furman. Furman picks it up. Over to Del Pont. On the far side, Murphy. Yeah, good vision there as he left it out for Bodette. But Medfield ready for it. Now a battle for the loose ball. Who's going to get to it? Medfield has it. Here comes Timmick Casey. Casey able to snag the loose ball away. Spaeth over to Hedges. Warriors switching things up on the field. Cloney. Up to Spaeth. Take it around the net. Knee with possession. Over to Lawson, who fires it back. Cloney approaching. Takes the shot, and that is in. Cole Cloney, the junior, with the score, assisted by Caleb Lawson. The score comes with 5:05 left in the first. Medfield leads at 5-1. Well, Medfield has 5 different goals, 4 different scores so far. Here comes the Hillers. A little high by Furman looking for Sanda. Sanda fires it back to Keefe. Now over to Furman. And a little high there towards Keefe. Out of play. Medfield ball. Hiller's going to have to work on keeping those passes low. Hopkinton, of course, led by head coach Dan Sullivan, who's done a great job with this boys lacrosse program. They're a fairly young team this year. Only 7 seniors on the roster. And a good amount of freshmen and sophomores. And, of course, with the pandemic canceling the season last year, you haven't had a chance to really look at the majority of this Hillers team. So it will certainly take some transitioning for this Hopkinton team. Out in front, shot wide by Spaeth. Medfield ball. .348 and counting left to go in the first quarter. 5-1 Medfield lead. And now battling behind the net is Murphy. Leaves it out in front. Shot. And a save. That was Verge on the shot. A nice save there by Colin Norrid, the senior goaltender. Very good hockey goaltender as well. He was incredible this season for the Hillers in net. Hopkinton had a really nice season on the ice. Unfortunately, no playoffs this winter season. Sanda. Gets it over to Bodette. And with it is Murphy. Approaching. And he'll pass it over. There's a shot a little wide there by Keefe. Get a good look. Battle for it behind the net. Medfield has it. And then tripped up was Fedor. Hillers get it back. Misfire towards Del Ponte. Medfield ball. Murphy with possession. Takes the shot. It's in. Luke Murphy. Nice shot there. That score comes with 2:24 left in the first quarter. Medfield up 6-1. Don't forget, tomorrow afternoon we'll have Hopkinton Hillers girls lacrosse as they take on Norwood. 4 p.m. scheduled start time for that game. On the near side, Marino swiped out of play. Medfield ball. Medfield has a large roster. They have 39 players on their roster. Warriors trying to work it around and open up in front of the net. Hedges approaching. There's a shot and a good block. Loose ball. And we get a stoppage. Well, Hedges took the shot. Good block by the goalkeeper, Colin Norrid. It's Hiller's ball. I imagine Coach Norton going to have this team really working on ball handling. Certainly a young team. We haven't seen a lot of these players before. But I think as the season goes on, they're going to get better and better. Here comes McDonald. He lost it, and he's tripped up. Hopkinton ball. Sanda. I think Medfield might have got a little warning there for the push in the back. Donald over to Sanda. Out in front, Guarino. Send it over. Loose ball. Trying to get to it is Murphy. Medfield has it. Here comes the Warriors with under a minute left in the first. Out in front, and good block there on the attempted shot by Wilder. With possession, Luke Murphy will send it over. Out in front now to Lawson along the far side. Cloney. Put the moves on. Good feed. Shot in. That was a beauty of a pass by Cloney and a nice finish by Sullivan. That score comes with 20 seconds left. 7-1 Medfield lead. Warriors trying to charge once again. Quickly approaching, and that shot is blocked. Murphy with the shot, Norwood with the block. Medfield has it, 3 seconds left. Out in front, and a nice last-minute block as Murphy tried to get that last-second buzzer beater. But that is going to do it for the first quarter. After one quarter play, it is Medfield 7, Hopkinton 1. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Lacrosse on HCAM. Welcome back to Hopkinton High School. We are ready for the second quarter of this boys varsity lacrosse matchup between the Medfield Warriors and the Hopkinton Hillers. A 7-1 Medfield lead. Tom Nappy on the call, John Ritz on camera. And a nice day here at the turf fields. Temperatures in the low 60s, some clouds in the sky, but some good lacrosse weather. Hillers this quarter will be working left to right across your screen. Here comes Keefe. Fires it up, and out of play it goes. Medfield ball. Stanton puts it into play. Here comes Casey. He's got some wheels. Backs it up to Sullivan. Medfield trying to swing it around. Up to Spaeth. Now Verge. Sullivan going to try to take it in. Takes the shot, a little wide. Picked up behind the net by Murphy. Misfire there towards Sullivan. Loose ball. Hillers have it. Keefe. Or make that Sanda. Over to Keefe. Knocked out of the net of Murphy. Medfield gets it back. Wilder taking it up. And it'll go Hiller's way. I think he might have stepped out. Trying to bring it around is Keefe. And it's knocked out. Medfield has it. Picked up by Grennan. Warriors trying to charge up the field. Here comes Sullivan. And Sullivan, a misfire there. Loose ball. Swiped in the air. Let's see what this stoppage is about. Looks like we're going to have a cross check. And it will indeed be a cross-checking penalty against the Hillers. They got John Sanda. So he will sit on the sidelines for the next minute. And Medfield has the man advantage. Swinging it around. Out in front, Murphy. Well, Medfield has a nice, comfortable lead. They could certainly be patient, just wait for the right opportunity. And the shot just a little wide from Murphy. It was a good look for Murphy. Around the horn they go again. Swinging it out. Murphy looking for it, and it's in. Good feed from Jack Sullivan to Luke Murphy, and it's 8-1 Medfield. The juniors getting the job done, Luke Murphy and Jack Sullivan. That score comes with 9:09 left in the second quarter. Here comes Casey. Goes up to Spaeth. On the corner, that's knee. Out in front, shot in. Christopher Bethany with the score. Austin Verge with a nice feed. The score comes with 8:35 left in the second. A 9-1 lead for Medfield. Here comes Nunziato. Gets it over to Murphy, putting on the moves. Feeds it over to Spaeth. Now to Cloney. Warriors slowing it down as they switch things up out on the field. Quickly approaching out in front. Shot blocked. It was a good feed from Lawson to Spaeth, but a nice block by Norrid. Medfield, however, picks up the loose ball. A good save here by Norrid as Knee try to sneak in a shot. Norrid feeds it up the far side. And we have an offsides call. And there's a shot and a score. Luke Murphy with the goal. Nice feed from Spaeth. The score comes with 6:58 left in the second. Makes it a 10-1 Medfield lead. Loose ball picked up by Furman. Now it's stolen back. Here comes Casey. Tim Casey feeds it over. That's Bethany along the far side. And he'll come out. Spaeth with the ball. A little misfire there from Cloney. It'll go Hiller's way. Proventure. Here comes Proventure up the near side. Medfield's way. Cloney with possession. Sullivan to Lawson. Back to Sullivan. Gets it over to Spaeth. Is Spaeth going to rush in here? Yes, he is. Pretty good box out initially. Spaeth gets the shot off, and it's deflected. Loose ball near side. Bethany picks it up. Rushing in, there's a shot, and a little high there by Murphy as he takes a big hit. Good defense there by Nick Lacessi and Theodore Henneberry. Out in front, loose ball. It'll go Hiller's way. Five minutes and counting left to go in the first half. Hiller's looking for something here. And a misfire there towards Del Ponte. Out of play goes, Warriors ball. Bethany. Up to Sullivan. Sullivan trying to close in, and it's knocked out. Picked up by Vassington. Vassington over to Lacessi. Looks like we're going to have a timeout here. With 4:26 left to go in the first half. It is Medfield leading Hopkinton 10-1. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Lacrosse on HCAM. Off the timeout, 4:26 left to go in the first half. Medfield with a 10-1 lead over the Hillers. Hopkinton will have it off this timeout. On the far side, Sanda. Up behind the net. Out of play goes Medfield ball. A little mishandle there by McDonald. Tim Casey working his way upfield. Putting on the moves there. Spaeth. Fires it down to Knee. It's back to Spaeth. Hedges. Knee going to take it around. Sun's starting to come out here at the turf fields. Quickly approaching. Fired back out to Spaeth from Hedges. Hedges now. Looking for a shot, and it's deflected. And we have a flag. Some laundry on the field. We're going to have a delayed call here. Out in front. Shot, goal. Sam Hedges with the score off the assist from Cole Clooney. Score comes with 2:50 left in the second quarter, making it an 11-1 Medfield lead. And another penalty on the Hillers. They get Sam Vassington. So he'll sit out for a minute. And Medfield has the man advantage. Here comes the Warriors. Cloney. Over to Spaeth. Well, Medfield certainly dominating in the possession battle. And in front to Murphy. We'll swing it around once again. Murphy thought about it. Some good defense in front of the net by the Hillers. Trying to kill off this power play here. Out in front. Looking for the shot, and there it is. What a beauty by Caleb Lawson. Feed from Jack Sullivan, and there was only about a second left on the man advantage. That'll make it 12-1 Medfield with 1:43 left in the first half. Turnout for the match here this evening. Battling for it for Medfield is Nunziato. The Hillers have it with possession Proventure. And he lost the stick. A couple of players lost the stick there. Under a minute left to go in the first half. Bethany. And that shot a little wide. Out in front, shot deflected. Nice job by Norrid. That was Connor Nee on the shot, and here comes the Hillers. Looking for some magic here in the closing seconds of this first half. And it looks like we'll have a timeout with 13.5 seconds left to go in the first half. Medfield leading Hopkinton 12-1. You are tuned in to Hillers Boys Varsity Lacrosse on HCAM. 12-1 Medfield lead off the timeout. 13.5 seconds left to go. Hillers will take it from the far side. Coach Norton drawing up some strategy here on this last attempt of the first half. On their side, Del Ponte. And there's a shot and just wide by Connor Murphy. That was a nice drawn up strategy there. And that is going to do it for the first half. After 2 quarters of play, it is Medfield 12, Hopkinton 1. Hillers hoping for some better luck in the second half. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Lacrosse on HCAM. We are ready for the second half. A 12-1 Medfield lead as we head into the third quarter. You were tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Lacrosse on HCAM. Tom Nappy on the call, John Ritz on camera. And some beautiful weather today here at the turf fields. And don't forget, we'll have girls lacrosse coverage tomorrow as they take on Norwood. That game scheduled for a 4 p.m. start right here at the turf fields. We'll have the stream live on our YouTube page as well as our HCAM Ed channel. And then we'll have a whole lot more games for you next week. Every single weekday we have some games. Monday we got baseball, softball, and boys lacrosse. Tuesday we have a couple of games, baseball, lacrosse, and wrestling. And a Medfield goal to start things off. Connor Nee. That makes it a 13-1 Medfield lead. 11:16 left to go in the third quarter. And of course, each week we'll post our broadcast schedule for that week. You can always find it at our website, hcam.tv, as well as our social media pages. We'll have a whole lot of spring sports action for you all season long. We had a nice win by the baseball team the other day over Medfield, 4-2, and the softball team also taking down Medfield 15-3 via a 5-inning mercy. And the softball team in action right now in Norwood. Try to get you an update for that game. We did share the Norwood stream link if you're wondering about the softball game. Our friends at Norwood Community Media do a nice job, and another Medfield goal here. Sam Hedges, good feed from Caleb Lawson. That score comes with 10:32 left. Medfield up 14-1.
Girls lacrosse is on Friday, not tomorrow.
Oh, excuse me. Girls lacrosse is... I'm forgetting what day it is. Thank you, John. Girls lacrosse is Friday at 4 p.m., not tomorrow. That's Friday at 4 p.m. Tomorrow is wrestling, actually. We'll have our first wrestling meet on HCAM. That is a 6:30 start time. And Friday, girls lacrosse. Verge along the far side with possession, feeds it up. Well, this Medfield team, they're very experienced. They have a tremendous lacrosse program. They have been one of the best teams in the state for the last several years. And they won a state championship recently as well, I believe. But they have an experienced roster this year, and they're certainly going to make some noise. Good save there by Norwood off a rapid-fire shot from Jack Sullivan. And it's picked up by Jared Hirschfeld. Here comes Wilder. Feeds it up along the far side to Fader. Warriors, they're going to take their time here. They got a nice, comfortable lead. They don't have to rush anything. And the Hillers are having a hard time hanging on to the ball. So the Warriors know that this game's in their hands right now. They can just take their time here. Burge feeds it behind the net. Loose ball. And it's picked up by Arena. He's tripped up. Warriors get it back. Rushing in, and a nice scoop there by Norwood as Luke Murphy tried to feed it over. Norrid comes way out to feed it up. Picked up by Murphy. A lot of the players on these two teams know each other from the hockey rinks. Closing in is Keefe. Up behind the net now. Out in front, loose ball. Picked up by Medfield. Scooping it up is Bethany. Bethany feeds it up out in front. Shot a little high by Casey. The Warriors get to the end line first, so they have possession. That's it. Whatever team gets to the end line first when the ball goes that play gets the ball. Now I remember. Trying to close in. Along the short side, and a good block there by Norrid. Do we have an illegal touch here? Cloney with the shot. Medfield keeps possession. He's right at the doorstep there. I think that's because Norrid got the bit of an illegal hit in there, so Medfield keeps possession. And tripped up is Lawson. It's picked up now by Vasington. He has speed. Good soccer player. Feeds it up to McDonald. And he had some nice games this fall season, Sam Vasington, on the soccer fields. And we're certainly excited to watch him this lacrosse season as well. Cloney taking it up for Medfield. Cloney now up to Lawson. Medfield, they're going to swing it around here. No reason to be aggressive when you're up by 13. Hang on to the ball. Let some of that clock go, and after a while, take a shot like that. Chris Connerny with the score, Caleb Lawson with the assist. The score comes with 5:48 left in the third, and it puts Medfield up 15-1. Comes the Warriors. Nunziato. Murphy feeds it over. Good feed up to Verge. Up and around they go. Throw over to Stanton. Stanton rushing in. He's looking for a shot, and he's got it. Andrew Stanton, the junior. Well, you had wide open field in front of him, so certainly an opportunity you got to take advantage of. That makes it a 16-1 game. 5:05 left in the third. Well, this will be a learning experience for this young Hillers team. And I think this team's going to get better as the season goes on. Obviously, with the pandemic canceling last season and the Hillers having a young team, they don't have a whole lot of experience playing together. And for younger teams like Hopkinton, it certainly makes it a tough transition. especially when you play these experienced teams like Medfield. Urge feeds it over to Stanton. Now with it is Arthur. Arthur trying to put on the moves. Takes a shot. And just a little wide there. Secondary shot off the back of the net. Loose ball picked up by Norrid. Secondary shot was Luke Murphy. Scooped up by DiPietro. Anthony DiPietro, very good basketball player, as we saw this past winter season. He's in his senior year. He'll certainly be missed. And Warriors switching things up. Along the far side, that is Feder, excuse me. Just under 4 minutes left to go in this third quarter. Don't forget, every Wednesday at 3 p.m. you can catch HCAM Sports Talk. We'll keep you up to date with everything happening locally, high school, college, professional. We talk a little bit about everything. That's HCAM Sports Talk Wednesdays at 3 p.m. as the shot attempt there by Kevin Arthur is deflected. And we try to go live with the sports show as much as we can, but of course with this spring season, we won't be live, but we'll have some great episodes for you. Along the far side is ProVenture. He picks it up. Norwood scoops it out. Up the far side he goes. Medfield has a lot of the younger guys in there right now. And there's a shot and a score for the Hillers. Owen McDonald. Well, this is a good game for both teams to get their young guys some experience. Score comes with 2:52 left in the third. Makes it a 16-2 Medfield lead. Hillers trying to work it up. Keefe. Del Ponte. Del Ponte rushing in. Feeds it behind the net. He'll swing it around. Out to Murphy. Ooh, big push there. Tim Casey knocking Murphy down, and here he goes. Shot by Medfield, wide by Spaeth. And we have a penalty against the Hillers. Connor Murphy will take a knee for a minute. I believe it was a cross check. Warriors with the advantage. Looking for the power play score here. Takes the shot, it's in. Connor Knee. A good feed from Hedges. The score comes with 1:34 left in the third. It's now 17-2 Medfield. Loose ball. And we have some laundry on the field. And we'll have the first Medfield penalty of the game. They'll get Tim Casey. So he'll take a knee for a minute. Let's see if the Hillers can take advantage of this power play opportunity. And it's knocked down, taken by Medfield. Good steal there by Fetter. I don't know if power play is a lacrosse term, but I'm going to use it. I think everyone at this point knows what that means. 1 minute left to go in the quarter. Hillers ball. 30 seconds left on the man advantage, or otherwise known as the power play. Feeds it up over to Furman. Sanda. Nice shot there, but a good block. Medfield has it. That was a great block by the goaltender for Medfield, Joseph Bethany. That was a rapid fire shot by Logan DePonte. And we're going to get a penalty here. This is going to be against the Hillers. Delayed call. They're going to get Brian Key for tripping. And that'll do it for the third quarter of play. After 3 quarters, it is Medfield 17, Hopkinton 2. Fourth quarter coming up next on HCAM. You are tuned into Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Lacrosse. We are ready for the fourth quarter. Medfield leading Hopkinton 17-2. Right at the end of the third quarter, Brian Keefe called for the tripping. Blatant trip there, and that got him 2 minutes. So I believe when you get the 2-minute foul, if you get one more foul for the rest of the game, you are kicked out of the game. So he'll have to be careful from here on out. Coach Norton getting an explanation from the official. Warriors have it to start possession. Luke Murphy will take it. There's a shot, loose ball, picked up by Norrid. He'll fire it up the field. Got some good distance on that one. Battle for it along the near side. Medfield ends up with it. Here comes Stanton. And we're going to get a call here. We'll go Hiller's way. I think he might have stepped out. McDonald. 56 seconds left on the power play for Medfield. Feed over to Sonda. And we get an illegal. All right, we're going to get a timeout. Thought he was going to get him for the stick contact, but we get the timeout. 10:35 left to go in the game. Medfield 17, Hopkinton 2. We'll take a timeout on HCAM. Off the timeout, 10 minutes, 35 seconds left to go in the game. 17-2 Medfield lead. Medfield has the man advantage for another 36 seconds. Hillers with the ball. On the far side, that's McDonald. Loose ball. Warriors get it. Out in front of the net, loose ball picked up by Henneberry. Norrid now. Sun's starting to peek out again. And that was Norrid working all the way up the field. He was tripped up. At this point, why not take some risks? And we do have the running clock rule in effect. I believe the rule is if in the fourth quarter it's I want to say a 12-point lead, the clock will run. And if it gets within 12, it'll not be a running clock. Bethany feeds it over to Long. Ooh, big hit there. All kinds of traffic for Keefe to get through, but he somehow gets through it. And the Hillers maintain possession. There's a shot and a score by Owen McDonald. That was a nice job by Keefe getting through all that Medfield traffic. And Owen McDonald finishes it off. Comes with 8:31 left in the fourth. Makes it a 17-3 game. First goal for either team in the fourth quarter. Clock continuing to run. Picked up by Medfield. Warriors looking to respond, and they will. Joseph Bartolotta with his first goal of the game. Bartolotta is a freshman for Medfield. The score comes with about 7:37 left to go. Makes it an 18-3 Medfield lead. Bartolotta was in there for Medfield in the center circle. Furman. Here comes the Hillers. Possession, McDonald. Nice reach there by Sanda. He dropped it. Ooh. Big push there. Hillers ball. Trying to gather it up was Furman. And there's a shot and a score. That was Luke Baudet, the sophomore. He makes it an 18-4 game. Approaching 5.5 minutes left to go in this one. Off the net of Del Ponte and out of play. Medfield will have it. And it's dropped, loose ball. And it's picked up by Medfield. Arthur gets to it. Takes the long shot off the post. It was deflected off of Norwood, and DePuro picked it up and shot it right off the post.
Let's go, lads! Run the numbers! Run the numbers!
One of the Medfield younger players in there right now having some fun. Fired wide by Arthur. Well, the Medfield Warriors are going to improve to 3-0 with the win here today. Hillers will fall to 0-3, but this young Hillers team has some talent. They'll certainly get better as the season goes on. Of course, with the pandemic last year, it was certainly tough for the younger teams, trying to get used to playing with each other and shaking the rust off. As Arthur fired wide there, Medfield maintains. DePuro dropped it. Hillers have it. Norwood will fire it up. Murphy cruising up the near side. Closing in Del Ponte. Swings it around and a little high on that one. And there's a shot and a score by Owen McDonald. That makes it an 18-5 game. Hiller's going to play this one out here. Rushing in, shot, deflected. Hiller's maintained. Del Ponte swings it out. McDonald. Closing in, shot, little wide. Two minutes and counting left to go. Deflected. And now it went off the net. Stanton ended up on the ground. Hillers have it. Looking for a shot, and a little wide there by McDonald. Good pressure by the Hillers. And a nice block there by Bethany, the goaltender from Medfield, Joseph Bethany. He's had quite a few nice blocks this evening. Under a minute left. Closing in. A little wide there. Hillers maintain. Fired out by McDonald towards Del Ponte. It'll go Medfield's way. $20 seconds left. I think these Warriors young guns wouldn't mind taking an opportunity for another goal, but we'll see what they do here. And they're going to take a shot, and it's wide by Regan, and that'll do it. The Medfield Warriors take down the Hopkinton Hillers 18-5. Medfield certainly a lot of talent on their roster. Hillers a younger team, but certainly expected to get better as the season goes on. Medfield improves to 3-0 on the season. The Hillers fall to 0-3. For John Ritz on camera, I'm Tom Nappy. That's going to do it for our coverage this evening. You have been watching Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Lacrosse on HCAM. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you again soon.